this was a conversation worth having. And I'm honestly very pleased that the Cooper administration thought this was a worthy project. I think if we're going to talk about where our priorities are and how much community support, just look at this specific capital spending plan. We've allocated more than $100 million for a new high school in Bellevue. I can tell you that people I represent who live in the Pearl Cone cluster but were going to the old Hillwood High School, there are plenty of folks who came to community meetings and expressed concerns, but here we are building a new high school in Bellevue. There are disagreements all the time about priorities. There is disagreement about the assignment of capital, but I am astonished that we are sitting here saying, let's not invest in Jefferson Street in this way. Infrastructure wounded Jefferson Street. Infrastructure can, if we do a good job of it, heal. And I am interested in allowing that healing process to occur. And I would love to support a fully holistic approach to the corridor that is not just narrowly confined to the cap. I think we do want to look at affordable housing. I think we do want to look at ways that we can make that corridor a thriving home for the long-term future in terms of music venues, Black-owned businesses. I mean, all of the things that are in the picture and should be. But if we don't invest in that community with both local and federal dollars, we're shorting ourselves the opportunity to do that. Thank you, and I don't encourage colleagues to support this amendment.
Thank you. We will not have an endless debate. I will recognize you one more time, Councilmember Hurd, and then it may be time to vote. Thank you very much.
You know what? 50 Cent said that he was going to get it done. He was going to die trying. And so am I. And I'm so glad Councilmember O'Connor talked about Bellevue, because I thought about using that too, because I was there. I've been living in Bellevue for 25 years. I worked at Meharry Medical College 17 years before I started working at Jump. So when I say that I've given 40 plus years in that community, I have. But what went in Bellevue was a new library, a new community center, a new high school, not something that's going to make the community prettier. We need economic vitality. We need something that's going to make that community thrive. A community that has the highest poverty rate, the highest incarceration rate, and it also has a predominantly amount of African Americans who has a 13% literacy rate. So why aren't we talking about building a library over there? Why aren't we talking about building a training center to give people some jobs because they are unemployed or underemployed? Why aren't we talking about a repository for people to be able to go when there's some type of tragedy or catastrophe that takes place? So all of the things that we want to take place in that community, yes, I want redevelopment. Talked about it, did surveys year after year after year. I was very much a part of creating the redevelopment district for Jefferson Street. But do you know how many Black residents or Black developers have developed on Jefferson Street since that time? One. And he had a number of majority partners for them to do what it is that they did. So we want those things, yes. But we've had empty promises and no true commitments. And we deserve better than that. And if they were going to do it the right way, as Councilmember Suarez said, it would have been done first and said, this is what we want to do. Here's a community benefits agreement. This is what we'd like to do for the community. We'd like to do this, that, and the other. But that has not happened. And it has continuously been some insidious workings behind the scene trying to get done what the administration wants done. Please, colleagues, let's not do what we've always done. We've got to hold them accountable.